Hi and welcome to rjpasini.com. Today is September 13th, 2018. My name is Rich Pasini. Thank you for tuning in. And I just want to start off by saying thank you to all the new subscribers who subscribe to my channel. I hope you get something out of it. Today's topic, I just want to share something with you guys out there in regards to having an eBay store. Is it worth it? The investment, does it help? Does it make your sales get better? Did you get better exposure with it? Well, I'm going to bump out of here and I just want to expand a little on that topic. I don't want to make this too long because I do want to do the reseller news after this, hopefully. And I'd like to see and get some feedback from you guys out there and see what you have to say about this in regards to is a store worth having. I'm going to bump out of here and I'm going to go to another window over here, a picture here. Took a snapshot earlier. This is a snapshot, folks, of the listings I have. I only have, I think, a total of 60 something on there. I don't remember. I should have checked it out before I started this video. But the point I want to bring across to you guys, you see over here, these here, where it says 13 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour, 1 hour. Well, prior to taking a snapshot, I had deleted or ended some items on there. Now, these are old. When you see the ones that are good to cancel, these are the old listings on here. I stated it earlier in my other videos that I will no longer be using good to cancel. To me, good to cancel is a repeat business function for eBay. If you don't sell an item, they will relist it again and they will charge you again for that same listing. By having good to cancel on my listings, I've been racking up big to me the big insertion fees. Okay, so a while back, maybe a couple weeks back, I called up eBay and I spoke to an eBay teammate asking them what's a good route to go with this here. I told them that I had removed 226 listings because I could not no longer afford the insertion fees. I couldn't. The insertion fees were more than what I was making on eBay. It sounds crazy, but I'm being upfront and honest with you guys. I'm not a person that's going to sit here and sugarcoat anything. Okay. Now there may be creators out there that like to tell you all the positives and the pros of selling on eBay and stuff like that, but I kind of like tell it like it is. Okay. I don't sugarcoat. And I'm not going to sell you a dream and tell you things that are and aren't possible. Okay. The thing is with eBay, I thought by having a store. Now you might say, man, did you really think? People may say, did you really think by having a store that you're going to really do phenomenal? No, not really. I didn't. I never. You know, I always go into things with an open mind. You know, knowing that there are pros and cons to these things and that not everything is going to work the way I see it. But I will say this, since I have opened the store, I have seen less sales. Now you might say, well, that could be just coincidental. True, that's true. But I found out prior to opening the store, no, the eBay store. It's a starter store, by the way. It's only I got the $4.95 one. We only get 100 listings a month. People may say, well, you know, you can't expect it if you just started and stuff like that. There, you know, you can't expect you're going to get, you know, an implosion of sales. No, but the thing is, with having a store, I thought it would be a better thing. It'd be better for me. You know, it's going to help me out. But apparently, it didn't do so. It's not working the way I planned. So the reason why I got these here, I took a snapshot of this here is, see these here? Now, some of them have items on, views, right? Not much, but they have views, okay? Well, outside the one for 13 hours, I've been looking at the ones for like 40 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. I am ending the listings. Now people say, yeah, but you know why I'm ending them? Because these people out there, folks, had more than enough ample time to buy these items. If you look at some of these items, they've been on there for close to a year. Maybe some have been on there for 16 months. I've been getting notifications from eBay that whenever you have listings that are over a year or whatever, they will notify you. Okay. These buyers, as I stated in my other videos, they're not necessarily seeking buyers that want to buy from you. Okay, so don't always get the impression, folks, let people tell you, oh, if you got things that have a lot of buyers on there, and most likely those are buyers that put you on a watch list. Not all the time. To be honest with you, folks, and I'm starting to realize this, and I'm coming to a realization that most likely, okay, and I say most likely, and I could be wrong, but my mind is set. These are my competition. Okay. Now you might say, wait a minute, how could you make a statement like that? How could you prove it? How could you? No, I can't prove it, but I will state this. These items, okay, have been on here for close to a year, or if not over a year. Okay. And what happens, and I'm saying this as a buyer, as a seller myself, I will put specific sellers in my watch list to see if especially if I'm selling the same items, to see if they're getting that price. Okay. And I think this is why a lot of people get misled with eBay. And I think they get into this mindset, well, wow, my item's got 4 watches, 5 watches, 10 watches. That definitely someone's going to buy it. I thought the same thing. And these items been there for a long time. Like I said, close to a year. Some of them have been up there for 16 months, and I had to get rid of them. I ended them. So what I'm trying to say, folks, is I'm going to bump out and show you my store. I thought it was a good thing. This is my store. Nothing fancy. Okay. Having a basic store, what they said, this is the starter store. And the reason why I got a starter store is because whether I have 50 items or 10 items or 1,000 items, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to make sales. I had 326 items on there, and I hardly made little or no sales. So when I hear people telling me, oh, you got to have a lot of sale, you got to have a lot of inventory, you got to go out and source every day, you got to list every day, that puts you higher in the search engine. I don't believe it anymore. I don't believe it anymore. And the reason why I don't believe it is because the reason why I had 326 listings is because I tried that analogy. I tried using that somebody else's or another seller's advice. You know, every time you're here, you got to go out and buy every day. You got to go out and source every day. Source. You got to list. You got to keep listing every day. That's the only way you're going to get higher in the search engines, and you're going to, people are going to make purchases. To me, I think it's a lot of malarkey. Okay, that's my personal take. Now, people may beg to differ or agree to disagree with me. You're welcome and you're entitled to your opinions. But knowing and studying and doing my own research, I found that one thing, no matter how much I lower things down, what kind of shipping I offer, if I offer free shipping or very cheap economical shipping, whatever, it's not doing anything for me. So far, we are in the second week of September, right? And I had made no sales, no inquiries whatsoever. And I don't know, maybe it's just bizarre. Maybe I live in a bizarre world, but it seems like ever since I got the store, I haven't been making any sales. To me, I mean, I could be wrong, but it seems to me that since I had the store, I haven't been making any sales. It's like eBay shut me off. So, with that in mind, I called up eBay and I spoke to a teammate. I said, listen, is there anything going on over here? You guys experiencing any glitches? And the guy goes, none that I know of. He goes, we didn't get anything about any glitches or anything. I said, because my sales are as dead as a doornail here. I said, I'm not getting any sales, no inquiries, best offers, everything on all my listings have best offers on. I'm not even getting inquiries. Okay, not even somebody's interested. I'm not, and the watch count is not even hardly getting any watches. If I do get watches, it's my one, whatever. And most likely, like I said again, most likely it's going to be my competition. Okay, so for me to, people say, well, what are you going to do? You're still going to keep the store? Well, that's what I'm going to explain right now. I most likely will keep the store only for the simple reason is because the store will be cheaper and beneficial to me in the end, in the long run, because this is what I stated to the teammate, the eBay teammate, customer service, have you. And I stated, I said, look, suppose I have 100 listings and nothing sells. Let's say I started August 1st and to the 30th or the 31st, whatever. Maybe days are wrong. And nothing sells. Now, when September 1st rolls around, am I going to be getting charged for that there? Now, this is what they said. No, you wouldn't get charged because if you didn't sell it, he goes, the only time you're going to make, have to pay additional money is when the item sells. You're going to pay the search fee. I said, well, I'm well aware of that. I said, what I'm asking you is, am I going to get hit with the listings? Let's say all 100 of them didn't sell, nothing sold for that whole month of August. When September rolls around, is eBay going to charge me? He goes, no. He goes, you're entitled to 100 free listings a month. So I said, well, if that's the case, I said, so that from what you're telling me, then my next bill should be $4.95. He said, yes. He goes, remember, that's if anything doesn't sell. I said, I'm well aware of that. You don't have to keep repeating yourself with that. I know that part. I mean, I didn't tell him that, but I know where he was coming from. Okay, you made your point. All right. So after I clarified that with the eBay teammate, I said, okay, all right, well, that's good. That's copacetic. For me to keep the store, it would be cheaper because I'll tell you why. If that's the deal, which I understand it is, to get 100 free listings every month, it would be $4.95 a month. Okay. Now, the other way, by not having this store, if you do the math, and if you do the math on there, whoops, I got the thing here. If you do the math and 100, now you go 100, right, times 30, which would be, that's why I think I paid 30 cents. It comes out to be $30 a month. Okay, it comes out to be $30 a month. That's the way, from when I figured it out. So the way I'm looking at it is, it is beneficial for me to do it that way than to have good to cancel. But this is for, now here's the thing, now every 30 days I have a list for 30 days. The only thing that sounds a little funny, and I definitely want to call up just to get a reaffirmation on this here. It just seems a little funny if that is the case, because right now, if that is like he says, then that's a pretty good deal in a sense that if you don't sell anything, what I'm trying to say is if I listed these things without a store, okay, these 100 items, it would cost me $30 a month because at the end of the 30 days, you're going to get billed again. So I want affirmation that, and I just want to verify it. I'm a person that likes to, I like to have, a little clarity with that because, and the reason why I'm saying this, folks, people say, yeah, but if I told you the first time, it should be good enough. I've had experience, and I'm going to share it with you guys, where, let me bump out of here instead of looking at a screen, and then I'll get back to the other thing here. I'm sorry, guys. I'm only talking to you and looking at it. You're looking at a screen there, and it's crazy. I had it where I had spoken to an eBay teammate, and it was in regards to the no view issue. Now, when I spoke to the first teammate, this is when they had the no view issue. I don't know if it's still happening. Right now, everything seems pretty good for me, at least for me anyway. They told me that your items will still come up in search and everything is good. In other words, if you look for your items, they'll be there. People could still see the items. With that in mind, after I got off the phone with that person, I wanted to, challenge that idea, that notion that it's still, searchable. So I picked up a random item on my listings, and lo and behold, when I typed it in, now, I could have typed it in wrong, all right, granted. Okay, I might have typed it in a little different than what maybe the teammate would, whatever. Because he claimed, I gave him a number, and I don't know, but he looked, he said, I could see it on his end. Now, I can't see what he sees on his end, of course, because, he's on the other side there, right? He said, I see your item. I tried that same item. I didn't notice it. Now, it could be, one, maybe because of the system glitch, it is not really, viewable, or maybe I typed in something different from the first time. So let's say I was typing in a Sony tape recorder, okay, and I typed in the search engine. I did a Google search, and I typed in Sony tape recorder, and it would show up. And then the next time I type in Sony cassette recorder, whatever, it didn't show up. It could have been a differentiation like that. You could say, well, maybe that's why. But for the most part, I typed it in what was on the title. Okay, what my description was in the title. I typed it in exactly like that, copied and pasted it into Google. And it didn't show up. Okay. I didn't call up eBay at that point in time to sit there and voice my opinion. I let that go. The next day I called up and I noticed a no view issue. So I talked to the eBay teammate and I said, listen, I go, what's going on over there? What are you guys doing? I said, I got no views on my listings. Oh, don't worry. Your items could still be viewed and stuff like that. They're still, listed and all that crap, right? Okay. So later on, we're talking about self-contradiction. Later on, I'm talking to this person, and mind you, I wasn't baiting the person. I wasn't using any trick talk here. I wasn't trying to trick him, try to bait him into saying something that he's not supposed to say. So I asked him, I said, look, one teammate I spoke to the other day told me it doesn't affect it. And I said, when I look in there, after I got the phone with that teammate, I said, and I'm telling a new teammate now, mind you, this is a total new teammate. I said, after I got the phone with the teammate, he claims he's seen it on his end, and I'm saying I didn't see it on my end. And I copied it word for word, just the way it was in the title. Okay? I didn't see it. And I told him, I said, something doesn't seem right here. I said, let me ask you a question. It wasn't a trick question. All I said to him is, I said, look, is it a possibility with your glitches going on within your system, your IT platform over the infrastructure, IT infrastructure platform, what do you want to call it over there? I said, is there a problem, on your end, maybe could a glitch cause this here? His response was, and I'm not mentioning names because if eBay is watching this, I don't want to get anybody in trouble, said, yes, it can affect your views. It can affect sales. Plain and simple. It's like that saying, the left hand don't know what the right hand's doing. You talk to different teammates and you will get different responses in some cases. Now, it may be, and I'm not bashing them, it may be because they weren't, updated on the situation. Maybe they didn't get the memo, so to speak, the memo, like that old expression, I never received the memo. Maybe they weren't updated. Maybe by time they had a team, a meeting there, a group meeting, whatever, maybe someone didn't bring it up. Maybe they had other issues they're talking about. Maybe it was pushed to the side, which I'm sure there wasn't because no views. Everybody and their aunts and uncles were complaining about it on Down Detector. I myself had talked about it on my Facebook group, how I was very unhappy with the service. I'm paying all this money on a monthly basis, which I was. And what kind of service is this? But anyway, so I probably will call up again, even though that person assured me that, I'm going back to the starter store, that yes, you will get 100 free listings every month for $4.95. I just want an affirmation. I just want, I want a person to confirm it. I want to get it from somebody else because I've had that experience, folks. Okay, that one time, well, actually, it was 2 times like that. I had another one I can't remember offhand, but I know the one with definitely with the no views was that was stuck out like a sore thumb. And that's what was told. That's how it was told to me, and I wasn't baiting the person into anything. They willfully came out and told me, yes, the no views will affect your sales. So, okay, that's all I had to hear. I said, thank you for your honesty and being upfront and, letting me know, giving me straight dope here, so to speak. But, I don't know what's going on. Yesterday, well, that story was a while back. Yesterday, I think it was yesterday or the day before. I'm losing track of days here, folks. It was this week, definitely this week. And I called up and I said, same thing, what's going on? You guys have any problems? Well, eBay's slow right now. It's this time of the year, the season. It should pick up soon. This is the excuse they gave me. And look, I'm not saying I'm anything special. I'm a special top-rated seller. I deserve precedence over everybody else. No, I'm not saying that by far. I'm not here putting myself on a pedestal and making it look like, I am the best eBay seller out there. But I find it kind of odd that, all right, I don't have that many listings, folks. I've been taking them off. I'm probably down to 61 or 62. I think something like that from our last, something along that line. And as more of them keep dropping off, I'm going to end the items, the listings, and relist them again. Okay. Like I said, I'm not a big time seller. I don't have thousands of listings. I know there's sellers out there I follow and they have 1,500 listings, 2,000 listings. More kudos to you. Listen, if that system works for you, where you can go out on a daily basis, every day, I mean every day, every single day, 7 days a week, doing it for do it for a whole month straight, and you got money to go out and buy things every day, whether it be a $5 item, a $10 item, or $2 item, and you do that on a daily basis for the whole month, you must have a lot of money stacked away, because I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that, folks. And this is why I have a problem with that. When people say, you got to go listing every day, you got to go on source every day, it'll put you high. I tried all that. And it did absolutely nothing for me. For the little sales, and I mean little sales, it's pathetic. I mean, what I put when I had my job back in 2016 to the past doing this, what I made in eBay is so pathetic. I don't even want to tell you what it is. It's just pathetic. It's a pathetic income. Now, some people may say, well, if you feel that way, pack it in, go back to a 9-to-5 job. Problem solved. True. That would be solved. And then, you go back and, do eBay as a part-time venture or hobby, whatever. Disregard the full-time position, as doing it full-time. The reason why a lot of people say when you go into this business, if you can do it and you have the money to put away to do it on a full-time basis, is you have more time to devote to it. Now, look, even myself, I could say, well, you know what? I do have the free time. I can go to thrift store. But here's the thing, folks. This is the whole key to this whole thing for me. This is my peculiar dilemma. If you're working on a limited resource and you have so much money put away to carry you from month to month, and you keep investing and investing and investing, and you're not getting anything on your return on your investment, where are you standing? What good does it do? Do you know, yesterday I went to we have like a little storage area. We keep some, the merchandise. I took, there's 12 sheets of this here. 12, right? Yeah, there's 12. These are the sheets. This sheet here, I have to keep to my chest because it gets blended in with the background here, so to speak. White background. 12 sheets here. 12 sheets of 226 items I removed from eBay's listings. These 12 sheets, these 226 listings at 35 cents, because I think with the store it's a little cheaper, at 35 cents a listing, good to cancel, month to month, was costing me enough money where I could buy, or I could lease a mid-sized car, brand new. So you people might say, wow, it's a lot. To me, it's a lot of money. To other people, I'd say, well, it's spit in the bucket. Yeah, not for me, it ain't. Especially, I consider myself a frugal entrepreneur. I mean, I'm doing things on so much on a cheap, it's not even funny. Okay? I took on this sheet here, on these 12 pages, I went to the facility where I keep the stuff, the little storage area, and I pulled out about 4 bags, decent sized bags, and I you know what I did? I took them to my local church. Those items, now people say, well, you just wasted money then, because it was wasted money anyway, because when I had all 326 of those items up there, I wasn't making money with them anyway. I wasn't getting my money back. It wasn't happening. So I didn't ask for any tax write-off. I'll probably write off for taxes if whatever. But you know, I gave it to my church. They have an auction place, they're an auction store, and I gave them 4 bags of merchandise. Merchandise that was sitting around for 6 months to a year, 16 months, whatever. Couldn't unload it. Couldn't unload it for beans. I mean, I was doing everything under the sun. Offer best offer on all the items, reducing the prices, offering free shipping. Nothing was going on. It was zilch. I was getting no response whatsoever. So, you know, people say, "Well, seems like you have a problem with what people tell you, or you hear that from other sellers saying you got to go out and buy and source." I do, because I tried that, folks. I tried it. It didn't work. It wasn't happening. Okay, it wasn't happening for me. I'm going to bump out here and just show you what I have right now. Let me go over here. Okay, I showed you the store. Let me put my glass on here because I got a lot of windows. The windows you see up there is going to be for the reseller news coming up after this. This one here and this window here is my managed listings. These are unsold. Okay, I got 170. This was higher. The ones I got rid of yesterday, the 4 bags of merchandise I got rid of, I have pulled over. That's why from 226 it went down to 170. That's how much stuff I got rid of. And you want to know the sad thing, folks? That merchandise that I bought, that I donated to the church, I ended up paying full price for it. No discounts on stuff like that. I ended up paying full price. And, excuse me, it would have added up to quite a bit of money. But you know what? Here's how I look at it. I wasn't making any money with it sitting in the storage place facility. So I had these things listed for over a year. I said, you know what? The money is gone anyway. It's gone. There's no way. I'm not going to regroup that money back. So I said to myself, you know what? Let me donate it to my church. They have a thrift store. It's a church thrift store. I said it's going for a good cause. The money they get, I think the funds they get from the thrift store, they fix the church. They use it to maintain the church and stuff like that. So I figured, you know what? Let them have it. I wish them all the best. I hope they can get more money than what I paid for it. But the bottom line is, folks, it's a shame I had to get rid of it, you know. But and it cost me money. And I really, at this time, at this stage of the game, I could have really used it. But there was no way I was going to, I keep that stuff. I can't. It was taking room up, and it was stuff that, I don't. And now looking at this stuff, folks, this is the unsold stuff. I might be getting rid of some more stuff. What you see here, and I'm not leading a segue in here. I'm just trying to say some of this stuff may be listed. Some of this stuff is probably going to end up going to the church. So people are going to say, well, if you're getting rid of all your inventory, what do you plan on selling? That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be an eBay business or an eBay closed business, because if I can't make money with this business, why be in it? You know, it's not like lottery. You got to be in it to win it. I mean, what am I doing with it if I can't make money? These items here, look at the prices. I mean, $4.60, $3.30. You know why those are cheap prices at that? Those are the recommendations that eBay got paid, the offered or required or reference to use to help spark sales. This one here, this storybook here, I can assure you, if this sells and it's got a best offer, I will probably not even make nothing on here. So people, why don't you change it? Get rid of the best offer, because I'm trying to move this stuff out. I want to get rid of it. Okay. Somebody told me once before, for the new sellers, for the new subscribers, I had this on one of my videos, and I was basically not complaining. Well, I guess you could say a rant. And I was telling this to the person, and the person looked at my listings and said, listen, I'm not trying to be mean, but he goes, I have to be honest with you, you're selling garbage here. And I was like, after I'm reading the comments, I was saying to myself, excuse me, garbage. He goes, I'm not saying to me, he goes, but you see, he goes, if you look at your listings, you got stuff for $3, $4, $9, $7, and he goes, you're offering with best offers. He goes, what you need to do He goes, and this is my own take on it. This is the guy who was telling me, not me. He goes, what you need to do is you need to sell things $25 and above. Well, let me put it this way. He's got a good point. Okay. If I am going to go that route, I can't use the best offers anymore. Now, people say, well, you can. It depends. Best offer to me is desperality, to be honest with you. Because to be honest with you, I would like to make $10 off this shirt here. I would like to make $30 off this Road Gear portable DVD player. It works fine. It tests and everything. You know, I'm going to set the best offer. And let me tell you something. You know, to me, when I see best offer, and I'm making this derogative remark, okay, folks, so don't take it the wrong way, please. But to me, having a best offer in some cases for me, and again, I'm speaking on my own behalf, it's like I'm desperate, okay? I mean, you must know a person's desperate when they got items, I'll show you what I'm talking about here, and people say, well, you could change that, or you got to go, exactly, I can change it, but if I'm not going to make money off it one way or the other, what good is it? For example, this book. Okay, we'll go back to this again. $3.99 with best offer. Okay, you can see it's not relisted. All right, now before I relist it, I could ante up the price. Okay, but people must say you must be desperate if you're offering it for $3.99 with best offer. Suppose someone offers you $2 for it. Would you take it? It all depends. It depends. You know, but right now, all these listings have best offer on them, and it's pretty sad. You know, and these are my active listings. This is my active. This will be coming off next in 12 hours. Now, I got 2 watches. Here's my question. 2 watches, $19.99 with best offer. What is it that you don't like, that you're not buying? Why are you still looking? How much cheaper do you want it? And the sad thing is, these buyers don't even make an attempt to make a best offer. It's like they look at the price and they probably figure, well, that's it. He wants $19.99. That's why I put it there. Best offer is welcome. Okay? That's why I put that in the title. Make an offer. You know? Make an offer. Look at these things. Now, eBay, I had this for $9.99. eBay recommended it to match the price for $6.99. I'm not going to tell you what I paid for it, but I'll tell you one thing. With $6.99 best offer, I'm going to take a loss on this. Okay? I'm going to take a loss on this. This one here, $9.99. 2 people watching. Look at the watches. 2, 2, 2, 3. Right? Here, 6 watches. You know how long this has been up? You want me to tell you? I'll click it. You want to find out how long it's been? Click it on. Okay. Click it on. This has been on here since June 2018. June 2017. Okay? There you go. That's if you want to see the start time, check it out. Okay? This is what I'm talking about, folks. And like I said again, I'm not here. I guess it is kind of a rant type of thing, but I just want to say I'm trying to make my computer, this computer, that's another thing, it's so slow. I am trying to do the best I can here with this here. And I just want to know what you guys think. I know most likely with these 12 pages of merchandise that I took off, I'm most likely going to get rid of more of them. I'm not saying, people say, well, you know, what do you think? Because you throw an item out there, it's going to sell right away. No, but I will share this with you. There have been times when I did have that. I have in the past had put items up on eBay, and within a day or so it sold. I had ink cartridges for an HP printer that were brand new, and I got them at the thrift store, and I put them up, and within 15 to 20 minutes they sold. Now there's variables with that. Person can have me in a safe seller list. Person can be on a watch list, you know, or maybe they were watching out for, you know, maybe they had in their watch list, or that's what they were looking for, and eBay recommended them as soon as I put them up, because that happens. If there's a certain thing that you're watching, I believe this is how it works. Let's say I'm looking for a stereo cassette, a Sony stereo cassette, and I put it up there, you know, I'm searching on it, and, you know, eBay's algorithm probably picks up what you track most likely, just like Google and everybody else. And I remember I don't know if it was for that particular item, but I remember getting a notice from eBay saying, "Hey, this was just listed. This item was just listed. Maybe you'd be interested." Okay, so yeah, I do. I had items that did sell in a very short period of time. Like I said, those HP cartridges, they sold within 15, 20 minutes. No exaggeration. I'll share this with you. I picked up a Bakelite phone, those old rotary phones. I think it was a turquoise. It was the blue. I think quite sure it was the blue. I put it up on eBay. That one I think sold within a half a day, if I'm not mistaken. And there were items that did sell within a whole, within a whole time, a whole day frame, within a day. But that would sold. Let's say I put it up in the morning. By the mid-afternoon, it was sold. Okay, the cartridges, the toner cartridges, like I said, the ink cartridges for the HP printer, that sold within 15, like I said, 15, 20 minutes. But I have had that happen. Okay, I am not a special, or deserve, precedence in my selling, situation. But it would be nice to make sales. Now this is going on week 2 here, and there was no sales. Not even an inquiry. Okay, it's like eBay shut the switch off on me. Good night. They turned the lights off. I don't know. I mean, I don't notice any problems with views. I have all my views, but people could just say, well, it's just that time of the season. It's that time. Oh, let me tell you something. This is the problem, folks. This is what I'm trying to say with this type of business, and it really irks me because when I hear people talking about this, they make it sound like, selling on eBay is a glamorous and beautiful, serene type of business to get into. But look, I'm going to sum it up like this way in a nutshell. Okay, you could take it for face value. If you don't like what I'm saying, that's fine. If you agree to disagree, that's fine too. But I'm telling it like it is. Okay, and I'm not sugarcoating this here, and I don't have a dream or a book on how to sell on eBay to sell you. Okay, maybe people won't like me because I am too straightforward and upfront and honest, but I'm not going to lie to you guys out there. That's not what I'm all about. I'm not going to sit here, make a YouTube video talking about eBay and try to sell you something, I'll sell you a dream that may never come true. And folks, I don't know about you, but I spend 99.9% of this time on a computer doing research, checking out other eBay resellers on YouTube, and I get a lot of those commercials. Oh my God, I get so many of those commercials, and I see new ones popping up. Come to my seminar, blah, blah, blah. You can make this much money, that much money. I'm not going to mention names. I'm not here to make derogative statements. I'm not putting these people down, but I say to myself, out of the people that get involved with these webinars and stuff like that, and people that buy these books, how many of them actually walk away? How many? What percentage? Or you may say, well, that's just the key. People may say, see, that is the key. It does work. There are a small percentage of people that do, try these things, go to these webinars or try these programs and aren't making money. They are. And maybe they are. That's why they are making progress, and I'm not, because I'm afraid to spend what little resource I have. There's one person out there that's got a program that's close to $400, and I am not going to sign up for it. The only person that's going to be making the money is the person giving that webinar. You might say, well, that's their webinar. You're paying for the experience. You're paying for the writing materials they're going to give you, and so on and so forth. You're paying for their knowledge. Look, I look at life this way. The way they came up and learned through their own trials and tribulations, the same with me. I'm not people may think, oh, you're speaking like a pessimist, but I'm more of an optimist than I am a pessimist. I said it quite a bit in my other videos. I am not a person that makes videos to demoralize anybody, make derogative statements to anybody, or puts anybody down. That's not my character. That's not what I do. But at the same time, I'm not going to be succumb to that type of, talk where you can say, well, if you do this, you can make this much. If you do that, you can make this much. Look, there's only so many ways you could fry an egg. Okay? There's only so many ways you could cook an egg, right? Is that all saying? when people say, I'll tell you the resource where to go here, get this, get that, I already gave free advice on that there. I mean, I could write a little booklet too and tell you how to sell on eBay, how to make money on eBay. I could tell you that too. You can get a person who just came on, and I've seen this happen with other sellers. There are other other eBay sellers that have YouTube channels. I'm not going to mention their channels, but they tell you, hi, I'm new here. I'm new to eBay. I just started. This is what I'm selling. This is this is how much money I made. This is what I bought it for. This is where I go sourcing. It's the same repetitive thing over and over again. You're going to have that same repetitiveness over and over again. And that's where the my differentiated thinking comes into play. I don't buy into all of that all the time. I don't. Because I see it and I realize it, that it's the same repetitive talk over and over again. And that's what ends up coming out to be. It comes out to be. I've seen it. I experienced it. I follow other YouTube or eBay sellers that have YouTube channels. They tell you the same exact thing I'm going to tell you. Same thing. There is no other way to twist or turn it, folks. There's no other way to twist or turn it. We're all going to get merchandise from somewhere, right? If you're a reseller like me, and 26 of the million people out there, other active sellers, are probably more than that now, I can tell you the same thing. I can name them. Thrift stores, Goodwills, Salvation Army. Then they got the other thing there. What's that? Retail arbitrage. Going to the stores buying discounted stuff. There's unless you invent something, that's your own item that you created, and let me tell you something. It won't be too long after that somebody will take your idea and rework it and create that same thing, almost similarity. I mean, they can't copy it to the T, but they can make a duplicate. They can make a thing like that there. See a smartwatch here? Let me take it off here. See a smartwatch? It's a nice smartwatch, right? Pretty decent looking, right? It's nice. It's got the little menus. You can move the menus around, up and down. You know how much I paid for this watch? Does almost the same things like the Apple Watch. Almost the same things. The only thing that differentiates this from an Apple Watch is it's not an Apple. This came from China, as the smartphones do. If you look at the Apple iPhones, they're all in China. They're made in China, right? Check it out for yourself. You'll see where they manufacture them. The same thing with the small watches, those two. Now, this watch here, I paid what? I think $10 for it. No, $15 with the shipping and handling. Yeah, I think it was $15. And here's the other thing. eBay has a thing on their website where you can get items $10 and under. The funny thing is, when I seen that, I had to check it out because I'm very curious by nature. And I noticed they had the same exact watch like I purchased. $10 with free shipping. Talk about a stick in the eye, right? You say, well, mine came to like, I think it was $17 and change with the shipping, because they added shipping in there. But so you say, all right, so even if you say you spend an extra $7, that's $7 I could use for something else. Right? But it is what it is. Let me know what your thoughts are. Share with me. Tell me if you think I'm right, wrong, or the way I'm looking at this is I'm looking at it in a pessimistic way. I don't know. All I do know, folks, and I'm sharing this with you guys, is I do my best I'm trying to do my best to make this business work. And if you look on eBay, if you look on even on Google, do a Google search about people are quitting eBay and stuff like that, you don't see too much comments about that. Not really, not that I have. If you've seen it, let me know, share it with me, give me a link. I would like to find it out, I'd like to check it out. I went on YouTube and I typed in, are people quitting eBay? No sales, whatever. Some you get a couple hits, but the ones about quitting eBay, you don't hear too much about. They may be out there, but you don't hear too much about. Anyway, stick around for the reseller news. That's going to come up shortly. I just have to get this guy uploaded. If you like my videos, please subscribe. If you get anything out of them, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to be notified every time I put new videos out, you can hit that bell, hit that little bell notification, and then when I do put up videos, you will be notified. Until then, my name is Rich Pasini. Today is September 13th, 2018. Thank you for tuning in, and I will talk to you next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.